Welcome to Committee Hebrew Ethics. We just want to show a number of pictures here from antiquity, stone figures of Negroes from Aya Arin, Cyprus, 560 before Common Era. These are black people that were scattered all over the earth. And here we see a Negro participant in a dancing scene from Apulian Ascos, 380-360 BC. Before Common Era. There is no question of who we are dealing with here, coming from ancient times and in antiquity. Again, you can see a terracotta head of a woman with cicatrices, probably from Fayum Roman period. Cicatrices, you see, these are the lines that you find here, the lines that Africans normally put on their cheeks. And we can see here Heracles and Negroid attendants of King Busiris from a scene in a red-figured Pelike, 5th century BCE. This is a vase. This is archaeological proof of the greatness of ancient black people in antiquity. There are no other races that come near us. These are stereopigic pictures and images of women on marble relief in a tomb in Arisia, 2nd century after Common Era. I say that's stereopigic. This is exactly what the fashion wants to do. The people think they want to do today. And another one is a pygmy with a protuberant stomach on Caberic Skyphos. You can see that is a pygmy. As an African is fighting that big bear there. You can see it's straightforward. This is a front and side views of terracotta mask from Agrigento, late 6th century or early 5th century BCE. Before Common Era, 600 before Common Era. You can see this is an African dominating in Asia Minor, in so-called Middle East. There is an Attic vast 5th century before Common Era. This is what our ancestors achieved to do in antiquity. And you can see there again, we have got mask-like terracotta head of Negroes of Salamis. That's in Greece, 5th century before Common Era. Straightforward. And then we have got a Faenza vase in the shape of Janiform, heads of Negro and a bearded barbarian. You know the barbarians who were the barbarians. This is in Cyprus, late 7th century before Common Era. This is where the art has been combined. You can see on the left is a black face, sky side views of white ground cantharos in shape of Janiform, heads of Negroid, and a white form Tarquinian, 510 BCE before Common Era. The great people. This is art. What our ancestors did. This is 510 before Common Era. There is another again in Aribalos in form of conjoined heads of a Negro and a white, end of 6th century before Common Era. This is when racism was not yet as it is today. And we see there again the comparison, their front view of Cantharos in form of conjoined heads of Heracles and a Negro, 480 before Common Era. There again you can see there is a Negroid, perhaps it's Memnon, but we don't know. And two Amazons, you can see the two Amazons in scene, a black figured, a red amphora, and a detail of the Negro. This is middle of the 6th century before Common Era. Straightforward. And there is another one, there is a Negro. Look at that. This is our own civilization. Another one is a warrior on anterior of red figured calyx from Poggio or Somavilla, 520, 500 BCE. He's holding, you can see he's holding a javelin on his right hand and a shield on the other. Is a Negroid, muscular, brave and strong. Straightforward, clear. Again, you can see detailed heads of Memnon and Negros from black figured wreck of Amphora in 500 before Common Era. Straightforward. These are our people in Europe, in so-called Middle East, details of one of Memnon's Negro companions from black-figured neck, Amphora, 540, 530 before Common Era. Long back, nobody was there except a few of other races. Soldiers coming to the assistance of King Busiris, seen from Karatene and Hydira, 530 before Common Era. Straightforward, you can see these are Africans in Greece, fighting and doing great things there. This is a warrior lifting a shield from the ground, from Polychrome Lagos in 6th style, or from Kumai. Same fighting. You can see where they are fighting, and you can see He is a Negro. No question about that. There we have Negroid trumpeter on shield. These are white people, but they've got a Negroid on the shield. You can see that is straightforward. This is 5th century before Common Era from Wolsey. Straight that they realized who the power was. Negro Diphorus constructed with white figures in a grave scene from white ground and Lexos in Eritrea, 5th century BCE. Straightforward, there's no question that our race, great people we are, we have fallen from greater heights. That's why the third is so powerful and so dangerous. Ethiopians in a scene from Andromeda myth and detail of one of the Ethiopians. You can see on the red figured Hydra from Vusi, 5th century before Common Era, straightforward, and there we are again. We can see him on Hydra before 5th century before Common Era. This is a front and profile view of a verse from the Negro of Vusi, 5th century before Common Era, straightforward. These are our people, our ancestors from antiquity. This is a verse in the form of a Negro's head, 5th century BCE. Same, we can see here, same on-side view of the same verse, Onikoya from Viterbo, 4th century. Same people. Again, we can see there we are, our people there, Etruscan Negro head, mark from 4th century, Etruscans, we were the original Etruscans. There we are, again, proof plastic Etruscan verse in form of Negro head, second and half of the 4th century. This is Etruscans, if you read about that. There we are again, we can see Etruscan vase in the form of heads, 4th century BCE. Straightforward. Negro and crocodile, this is in South Italy. You can see that a Negro is being attacked by a crocodile in South Italy, Apulion. Same story here, front and side view of Apulion's head vase, second half of the 4th century oral letter. Straightforward, another one, South Italian Lekythos with profile of Negro head, 4th century before Common Era. Straightforward, you can see he's a pencil dot. This is exactly peppercorn African hair. Same story here. We have got a Negro Sigavas and Odysseus and Cabiritic Skyphos. Straightforward, this is us in antiquity when we were ruling the whole earth and dominating the whole earth. You can see this is a gold philia with concentric circles of Negro heads and detail from Panaguriste, middle of the 4th century before Common Era. Straightforward, no questions about that. Terracotta of Negros from ancient Egypt during the Greek Roman era. This is when the Greeks were dominating, and these are the original Egyptians. Evidence has where are the whites? No whites, no terracotta for whites, except a few rulers. This is when the Greeks and the Romans were ruling. Straightforward, and this is Hannibal, a bronze coinage from central Italy depicting Hannibal's mahouts, a profile of hair frizzly, a broad nose, thick, averted lips, protruding face, and elephants, peppercorn hair. This is us, our ancestors in antiquity, in ancient times. There is a beggar, an African beggar, in Africa, in ancient Egypt, Alexandria, 1st century BCE. And there is another black statue of a crouched boy, perhaps captive of Alexandria, hair in rose, rastaman, tight curls radiating from the center of the head, broad nose, high cheekbones, subnasal prognostism, thick lips. This is us. There is a young man, a young boy, bronze statue of a boy, Hellenistic period, hair in long spiral, stem is the other one, curls, close head, very broad nose, flat dolicephatic face, African. This is about 300 or 400, 300 to 200 BCE. Terracotta of a boy removing a thorn from his leg. Piane, 2nd century, Costa Dai. This was found in Berlin, 1926. Is a terracotta, Greek terracotta. But look at the face, he's an African. This is a Hellenistic terracotta in the form of a Negro boy sleeping beside an amphora. Straightforward, sleeping beside his amphora there. Again, I've got limestone figure from Ptolemaic times in ancient Egypt. This is straightforward. There is another one. There is our own ancestor bronze vase in the form of Goti, Negro, Africans, black. There we are again. Sorry, we are showing all these are images Black marble statue of Negro boy, 2nd century, mass of short, thick hair, woolly hair, flat nose, and thick lips, of part of a group of relief found in hydrometer. Straight, same boy again. There we are. This is a bronze statue, perhaps, of a street singer, African street singer. That's a music. It's ours. We created music, and others copied the letter. Straightforward. He's singing. He's a musician. Look at his tail. This is a late Bronze Age in ancient times. A small bronze statue of a young bust of child, Hellenistic hair arranged in irregular rows, small and a corkscrew. His nose broad, a broad nose, thick lips, and prognostic face. Same with that bronze hair. There is another one, bronze jockey, Hellenistic hair curl, resembling that of several other Negro figures that we have shown. Same story, there is bronze statue of a boyish orator, Hellenistic Alexandrian, rather long, tightly curled hair, flat nose, broad nose, big lips, bull lips. There again, we've got bronze statue of boys, perhaps. These are orators, speakers, African speakers, public speakers from Hellenistic period. There's a bronze statue of a boy of slender proportion on a pedestal, late Republican or early Imperial Rome, in Italy. There we are, straightforward, no questions about that. This again, we continue with that. This is a small marble head relief of a woman found in Agora Trajanic period. Long hair arranged in coiffure, rolled in such a manner as a way to frame the face, with the ends twisted into a propet and a rope-like strand, somewhat broad nose, flat nose, big mouth. Same, here is a oversized basal head of a man from ancient Egypt. Straightforward. Clear. These are Africans, late marble youth of Asia Minor. This is Memnon, Asia Minor, and that's the process. So we have to understand and accept that we are from antiquity. We must give credit and thank writers and researchers. This is from Frank Snowden, Jr., Blacks in Antiquity. You can buy this book and read for yourself. It's quite detailed. It's full of very credible information, which we recommend that everybody, one of the books that we recommend. Thank you very much. Please share by LM Tumizulu. Subscribe to our channel and let us walk this journey together. Thank you.